Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Chelmsford Business Association. I'm your host, Bill Martin, along with Paul Aronian. We're going to visit inside the Chelmsford Congregational Church today. We're going to visit with Matt Richards of Castle Compliments. Him and his crew have taken advantage of the February school vacation break. They're inside getting everything all shined up for the kids as they come back from break. And they're actually doing this just as a community service project. Matt's involved with the group here, and he wanted to say thank you to the folks, so he invited us by to see it as well. So we're going to go inside. We're going to find out just what's going on in the world of painting, some of the new rules that they have, and some of the new features and textures and different types of wall coverings they have. So come on inside and visit with Castle Compliments here on the Chelmsford Business Association. We're here with Matt Richards from Castle Compliments. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. We're excited to be here. This is a great project you and your crew have undertaken. And tell us a little about Castle Compliments and how you became involved here.
Sure. Actually, we've been in business for about 12 years, going into our 13th year. And during that time, we realized that a lot can go in the positive direction to give back to the community. Now that we're a little more established and ready to do and able to do so, this project came up via a board member, and a need. And my kids actually come here to school, and they needed a little sprucing up, so we stepped up to the plate and offered our services.
So someone blurted out, "Don't worry, my dad will paint it."
Pretty much. Kids were very excited, and they're even more excited to come back to school, which is great, after the break, so that it'll be all fresh and new by the time they get back at it.
And it looks great, and it's bright, exciting, vibrant colors. It really is going to be a great learning environment.
Absolutely. Yeah, this was picked out by the people who work here, which is great, and then the paint was donated by Colorworks on Summer Street, so
yes,
we got free paint to paint the place.
Well, we want to give a shout out to John and all the folks at Colorworks. They do a great job. They're a great member of the CBA as well, and supporting the town in your efforts. Yeah. Now, you actually come from a family of painters.
Correct. Actually, my mother was a painter, so I grew up. She went to the Volk in Lowell, which we've still got some connections there, and grew up with a paintbrush in my hand, so to speak. But got away from it a little while. I was in the military and came back, and next thing you know, people knew I was home, and here we are 12 years later when I decided I feel like I'd do this as a full-time profession, not something else.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your service. Obviously, we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And community service as well. And really, painting it can be one of the most frustrating jobs, or it can be one of the most relaxing, rewarding jobs as well.
We use a very common, or not a common phrase, but I commonly use it. It's by Edgar Degas, who was a different kind of painter than us. But painting is easy when you don't know how, but very difficult when you do. It's well put, because we actually work, in a fashion that people say, "Oh, it'll only be a couple hours," and they realize we're there all day, and the amount of stuff we need to get the project done correctly.
Sure.
And then the cleanup we do and such after on the way out the door.
Sure. And I'm a little bit familiar with the painting profession. My grandfather, my dad, my uncle, my brother, all house painters. And one of the things that we've just recently gone through, and it's been kind of a big thing, is the RRP program with the lead protection.
Yes, it is. We'll call it a value-oriented project management for folks who have older houses. We don't like to, start pitching that around right away,
right.
But we do test for it. There are legalities in place for houses older than 1978 with the potential for lead.
Right.
It's for protection of, ourselves, you, the customer, and especially if you have children.
Sure. And having gone through it myself, lead, it's really an important thing for homeowners. And it's important for them, just as they're considering having some work done, that they take a moment and evaluate, the possibility of hiring a professional, someone like yourself, or that has been through it and knows what they're doing, because you got to know what you're doing.
It is. It takes a little extra time, but really, it protects everybody.
Sure.
And even if it's a project where not necessarily needed to take that precaution, if there is lead present, I still have people that work for us that still need to be protected. So we pretty much do the same procedure anywhere.
Right.
Whether or not it was, mandated,
right.
We're taking the same precautions to make sure everybody's protected.
Right. And now I know we have, as we talked to John down at Colorworks, there's a lot of new things that are coming out, a lot of new colors, new wall coverings, a lot of things. What are we looking at over the next couple of years?
For the future, I would say that the newer technologies in paint have allowed for better color retention long term, no or low VOC, so it doesn't smell. Not what your grandparents put on, is what I like to say.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like we paint and then 3 weeks later you're still dealing with an issue of smell.
Right.
And a lot of people like to hold off until the weather gets better, and in the winter. They don't want to paint, but really, I mean, we're in the thick of it right now, and it's not oppressive or even present, really.
Exactly. Not like the old days where you could tell in the driveway there's almost painting inside
Absolutely.
the house.
Yeah.
And now you remember the CBA, obviously part of the Chelmsford community, and giving a lot back, and a young family as well.
Absolutely. I have a 2 and a 5-year-old that attend here at the Central Co-op. It's been a great opportunity, and to meet new folks in town, and also be able to be part of something that's a little greater than just running a business, so that we're able to do a lot more stuff.
Yeah. And you got your crew here. We got guys painting all over the place. Let's go have a look.
Sure thing.
Now, Matt, we were just talking earlier, and one of the things that you discussed was the fact that there's a repurposing for old paint, and you actually get involved in that with some of the homeowners.
Absolutely. Another quick plug for ColorWorks. Any mist tints that they have, we'll take those and we actually repurpose them and donate them. And another thing we do is, when working at your home, we will after we're done working, we will take up to 10 gallons of old paint that you have in your house. It's probably sitting in your basement and the cans are rusting away, or out in the garage, and take that so that you have the freshest, newest colors of paint that are marked from us, left behind, and not the other old stuff that is no longer of use to you.
Well, that's real. Like, my house was built probably around 1960, and I probably have every single 3 inches of paint left in hundreds of gallons.
Absolutely. You can get rid of some of it yourself. Quick and easy thing for that is pop the lid off, go get some kitty litter, and fill it to the top, and then slosh it around, and they'll take it curbside. As long as it's inert, which is dry. If it has a lid on it or it's wet, they won't take it because it might spill all over the roads.
Yeah.
So we take it, and if it's not usable, we do pretty much that process back to the
Sure.
shop.
Sure, yeah. And now, as you deal with other community projects, you would mention that there's a donation that you make pretty regular.
Correct. Usually when working in neighborhoods, we'll solicit others next to the house we're working in for donations. If you have any reusable household items, less children's toys, the Wish Project in Lowell will actually take it and deliver it to them. They don't really have a pickup service.
Right.
So we're able to solicit things from clients, they're not using or getting rid of, and it's especially helpful when people are moving. We might be there sprucing up their house when they're getting ready to sell it, and they have a glut of things that they don't know what to do with that are still usable, but it's junk to them.
Right.
So, and the Wish Project helps about 10,000 people a year.
Yeah.
So they do a really good job.
Well, that's obviously a great charity to be involved in. As we were talking earlier, one of the things we talked about was that getting the color can be one of the most consuming projects for a homeowner.
Absolutely.
Picking the color.
A lot of times, I use the wording at least, where it's easier to pick the contractor to do the job than it is to pick the color that they're going to put on professionally.
Right.
So part of our process is, as long as we're doing enough rooms in your home, we actually send a certified interior decorator to your house to do a color consult with you, so that when it comes time to picking the paint, you have something that a little more harmoniously blends within your house and with the decor you have, or with the decor you are then changing to after painting. So
yeah.
It's a very helpful process because we don't pick the color, we just professionally install it. It's a lot easier for everybody.
Right, exactly. And like as we, going back to ColorWorks, I know they have a staff there as well, and that's really such a great value-added part of the process because. We know when we see something, we like it, but we don't know if it's going to be acceptable, if other people are going to like it. Are we going to like it a year from now? Are we going to like it if we got the flu? Really, there's a lot of stuff goes into that.
A lot of people want to know what is popular or what is trending or
right.
what you've been using on other people's houses, but it really comes down to your personal preference, your personal taste, and the things you have in your home, because not everybody wants to repaint and then repurchase everything in that room. They want to reuse some of the things in the room and continue to buy a few other things.
Right.
So it's very helpful to go with a color that is obviously
yeah. And color, the colors help your attitude so much. We talk about a school situation. We talk about your house. I mean, you should really have colors in your house that make you happy.
Right.
You know?
What colors do is it makes a house yours. You know, it makes it your style, your type of personality, and it's all about you. I mean, you live there and you want to be happy in it, or calm, or whatever adjective
Right.
you want to add there, you know, and you can use the color to achieve, or at least help achieve that,
Right.
that feeling.
Exactly, yeah. Now, there's some things going on here at the co-op as well that we wanted to talk about, so let's go have a look.
Sure.
We're here with Suzanne Dion, the director of the Chelmsford Co-op Nursery School, welcome, Central Co-op.
Central Co-op.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And what a great thing, Matt and the crew coming in here and all the work they're doing.
Unbelievable. It was like a godsend. All the teachers felt like they had won the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait till they come in on Monday and they see it. It's
They
gonna be-
haven't stopped. They've been on vacation all week. They've been texting me and emailing me, sending pictures back and forth.
Yeah.
They're very excited.
Yeah, oh yeah. And Matt and his crew doing a great job and taking such good care of all the teachers and student supplies in the room, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They've been doing a fabulous job.
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit of the Congregational Church, the you know, the space that you have here, and what you do. Tell us just a little bit about that.
We are not affiliated with the church. The church is very good to us. They rent us out our space. The kids come in the morning. They're here from 9 to 12. We're a cooperative, which means that the parents, like Matt, are very, very involved in their child's education, which is huge. It is huge.
Sure.
It's important for the kids to know that mom and dad feel like their education's important.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great place. Friendships that last forever start here, through the kids and through the parents.
Yeah. I mean, we all know how involved the parents are in their education after 12th grade.
Yep.
It's good to have that involvement before first grade
It
as well.
absolutely is. It really is. The parents are more than welcome. We have an open door policy. The parents can come in. We have a schedule that parents rotate in and out of the classrooms. So it's great for the parents to be able to have that contact with the teachers to be able to have that contact with the parents, and for the parents to be able to be involved with their children and their friends.
Right, exactly. And I know it's not a daycare, it's an actual school, but it's so good to have the parents be able to be involved in a cooperative idea so that, you know, parents are helping other parents with
Absolutely.
their kids. Yeah.
Absolutely. And parents being able to help other parents as far as being able to lend their services, which is huge.
Sure.
Because in a community, sometimes you don't know where to reach out. And this is a great chance for, you know, me to be able to say, well, Matt, you know,
Yeah.
you need a painter, we got one for
Right.
you. So
Yeah. My dad will paint the place. I think
Absolutely.
was the quote that we were talking about.
yes, Cooper's been very excited.
Yeah, oh, I'm
So,
sure. I'm
yeah.
sure, yeah. Well, congratulations to you and your staff. It's a great organization. I know it's got a lot of community support. And we have a phone number right here if anyone would like to reach out and get in touch with you. So thanks so
Great.
much.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was a great visit with Suzanne, and I can see why you're so dedicated to the folks here at the co-op. They really do a great job.
They really do a great job here. It's a great place for kids to learn and be themselves, and now hopefully we'll you know, brighten up a few of the classrooms and
Right.
improve that too.
Yeah, well, you brighten up the neighborhood too, Matt. I got to tell you, with these trucks, people must comment all the time.
Yeah, we do get comments. They say, "Oh, I've seen you around," but didn't realize that there were, you know, it was us that they saw.
Yeah.
But this has been a really good thing to have. You know, we don't move around a lot in the town, but when we do, we're noticed. Because
Sure.
we usually parked at somebody's house instead. So
You have your advertising all over town all the
Absolutely.
time. Yeah. Yeah. And now one of the things, you know, just in continuing with the thoughts of service, you actually, you're a vet, and you actually have a discount for vets.
correct. Anybody who's active military, you know, in the local area that may be moving, or, you know, or doing anything to sell a house, especially if they're being repositioned throughout the world.
Yeah.
You know, we offer a 10% discount right off the top, no questions asked.
Okay.
You know, it's a great way to be able to at least give back to the people that do things for us, that, you know, allow us
Sure.
to do what we do to complement castles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for that on behalf of all the people that you've helped. I'll tell you, you know, it's so insightful. It's Paul and I visit different businesses in town, and there's so many companies that, you know, that give and do the community work, and it's always just such a pleasure to meet with you and the other folks that do that kind of work.
yeah, it's been great to visit with you guys, or have you guys visit us, and you know, we're definitely like to be part of the, you know, Chelmsford community, and you know, we live right here in town and work right here in town, and it's just great to be part of it.
Yeah, well, thanks so much. And that's really what it's all about, is being
Absolutely.
part of a community. Yeah, yeah. And Paul and I, we want to say thanks to everybody for watching. We want to thank John Harrington, Matt Scott, Vilutari. We want to thank Pete down at the studio, who does such a good job for us. And if you're a local business in town, give thought to joining the CBA, the Chelmsford Business Association. You've heard about all the work that they do in charitable work and supporting the community. We'd love to have you become part of it. For Paul Aronian, I'm Bill Martin in the Chelmsford Business Association. Thanks for watching.